Hello, everyone. We are back. The show is called TBR SSF Show, which simply means TBR Solution Sports Forum. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe. I'm all by myself. No Pete, no Simona Muna, Lekere Lautrina. That's a Sundowns fan. Chifiwa, he's not here. Pete, he's still away on holidays. But guess what? I'm with you. I'm with you. We are together on the Sam Rote Singwe Remoho Song Fela. The beat goes on. Um, there's a lot to talk about. Lot to talk about. I said the previous show, every month of April, May, it's a crunch time, starting from March, to be honest. But April, May, it's a crunch time because you have different tournaments. CAF Champions League final is taking place during that period, and the league is also winding up during that period. And UEFA Champions League also, they play the final during that time, that period. And even the EPL, all the leagues in the world, they are winding up. We know that MLS, they're starting. But before I go there, let me announce what I'm going to discuss with you today. I'm going to discuss two topics which I think are crucial. First of all, I wanted to discuss Mamelodi Sundowns because they're playing this afternoon. They're playing the CAF Champions League, the semi-final, which is a big game, and then a sold-out affair. And what is real pleasing, and we see fans from Pirates, Chiefs, also saying they're supporting Mamelodi Sundowns, which is good. Which is good. That's what we want to talk about because we want to bring the star home. Because you can imagine if we win the star, maybe we'll be given another spot in the CAF Champions League. So that's how massive this game is. But simultaneously, I also want to look at Kaizer Chiefs. They've just won 5 games in a row. And then remember, you have these two coaches who are caretaker coaches. So now, I don't know. Are we saying they should continue? I'm referring now to Chief fans. Should they continue, or should Chiefs just appoint or go out and look for a coach? So I don't know. But if these two guys are winning, and then there's momentum, and then I'm sure there's harmony in the locker room, and then the atmosphere is good, do you release them or do you say, let me bring a new coach? But that's a decision that Kaizer Chiefs should make. Football has become so complicated, and then it's a very stressful job. We saw that at MLS, Javier Mascherano has relieved himself from the job. That's how stressful the job is. And then citing personal reasons, although people want to attribute that to Lionel Messi. I don't know where does it come from. Because football these days, it's so tough. Madrid, it looks like they're not going to win any trophy this year. And then now we hear that Perez is talking about releasing some players. Some are contracted, some their contracts are ending, and he's not going to renew them. And that's how stressful the job is. And Abeloa, some of us we thought is doing well, but we know with Madrid, what counts most is the Champions League. So they're out of the Champions League. So now we don't know whether Abeloa will be kept or they're going for a new coach. There are a number of names being thrown around. Zinedine Zidane is another name that is thrown there. Jose Mourinho is one of the names that is being thrown around. So many names, we don't know. But we know that Pires wanted to have Jurgen Klopp. But Jurgen Klopp has his own demand because apparently he wants some of the star players to leave. So unless they listen to him because he's worried about the ego. So it's a very stressful job. So those people who are talking all sorts of things, why Mascherano left, it's not only at MLS, it happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. So those are some of the issues that you need to understand how stressful this job is. That is why I'm asking, is Kaizer Chiefs going to continue with the two coaches, or it would be wise for them to get a new coach or decide to say, no, these guys are doing well, let them continue. I don't know. And I don't know what's your decision. But before we go there, let me just make some few announcements that are very important. One of them is, you know what? TLB Mbogazi is doing exceptionally well in America. All right. So at some point, he was a man of the match at their game. And then we also hear that there are so many teams that are eyeing him. So that sounds very well. So that's another thing that I wanted to share with you. And then he was also at some point we know that teams, big teams from Europe, they want his signature. And then remember, he hasn't played for too long at Inter Miami, at Chicago Fire. So those are some of the great news that we hear about Mbogazi TLB. But the boy has always shown that he's a very good player. And then we know that Mbogazi breaks through the MLS honors, and then Chicago Fire star Mbegezeli Mbogazi has been named the Major League Soccer Team of the Week following the latest round on the fixture. So the boy is doing exceptionally well. So that is one of the things that I need to celebrate and announce. Another thing is, here is a brilliant news. Frank Lampard, he has promoted a team which is called Coventry. And then from the lower league, now they are going to the the Premier League, the English Premier League. Playing the English Premier League, it comes with a lots and lots of money. So Frank Lampard, and then big up to him. And then we know that when he struggled at Chelsea, some people ruled him out. And then it's quite exciting to see that now he has, bounced back. So that's very, very exciting. And then also, I want to announce that tomorrow, which is the 19th, there is a final, the Copa del Rey final in Spain, again between Atletico Madrid versus Real Sociedad. So this game, according to this post, it's 9 a.m. according to HR Himmel post on Facebook. So now it's going to be a humdinger game. So those are some of the greatest news that we get in terms of the announcement that I want to announce. One of the things that I want to touch on is Doc Kumalo. I mentioned Doc Kumalo the other day and say, building a brand, it is so important. And then I spoke about this when I was referring to Mufokeng, Rele Mufokeng. I know his father wants him to go overseas. I know some Pirates fans also don't want him to go overseas. I was of the opinion that if Rele can stay, if I was an agent for Rele, I would have a meeting with Dr. Ivan Cos and say, let the boy stay with Pirates. And then he's going to make Pirates a big brand in the process. And over and above himself, he's going to be a big brand. He will make more money during his retirement, as you can see now with Doc Kumalo. We know that there's this combination between Doc Kumalo and this number 15. Probably is powered by Kappa, because you know that this is a Kappa design. So Doc is retired, but now because of his name, he's making money now. So that is why I say that would be a nice thing for Rele to say, look, hang it there. Don't rush to go overseas, because what's the point of going overseas? If you really want money, is overseas going to be an answer, or do you need to get answers somewhere? Because sometimes we don't want people just to go overseas for the sake of going overseas, okay? And then, but maybe for experience, I don't know. But me, I wouldn't encourage him to go there. Instead, I would say, Bafana, stay here at home, play here at home, and then build your name. And then after building your name, then you can start now going overseas. Now, let's look at Kaizer Chiefs. We are saying, do you think it will be nice for Kaizer Chiefs to continue with the current coaches? Or should Kaizer Chiefs decide to say, no, no, maybe let's hire a coach? And then there are a lot of names that are coming around that are being branded around. Mangoba Mnit is one of them. I, for one, have been in support of Picho Msimana, but it looks like, you know what, they're not going to go for Picho. And then, so maybe they want another coach. So, for me, if you ask me, I would say, you know what, instead of you guys thinking about getting somebody from somewhere else, how about you stay with these coaches? But that's my opinion. Maybe you've got a different opinion. Maybe some people say, you know what, it's Timnyana Sama Pep, Suzophela Manch, you know. So maybe let's give it a go. See how are they going to, you know, fare going forward. But if you ask me, I would have really said the decision lies with the team management, whether they decide to select this coach or they continue with this two guys. And then, although it's a little bit difficult if you, you know, you stay with the guys, and then if things are going bad, and then would say, no, why we did not decide to go for the coach? And when you go for the coach, the other issue may come again and to say, no, 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 you decided to go for the coach, and this guy was doing well, and the coach still has to acclimatize. It may take him some time. I don't know what to take. Now let's look. Here are the fixtures. As you can see, this is our page in Facebook. It's called TBR Solution Sports Forum 2. Please join that group on Facebook, and then let's continue the debate and talk about what's at stake. And then we know that the fixtures for the Betway Premier League, Marumo Gallants, they are playing Siwelele this afternoon, and then Orbit, they're playing Golden Arrows. Orlando Pirates, they're playing Amazulu. Polokwane City, they're playing Kaizer Chiefs. So these are the games. So you're thinking, do you think it would be wise for Kaizer Chiefs to continue with these guys, or should they decide to have other coaches to take the team forward? So it's going to be a difficult decision. And the upcoming games, remember, Chiefs, they are not far. The upcoming games, as you can see, Polokwane City that they're playing today, and then they're also playing a lot of Pirates. Game after that, they'll also be playing Siwelele, and then after that, they are playing Mamelodi Sundowns, and then also they're playing Sekhukhune. These are real tough games. One, two, three, four, five. These 5 games will determine where Chiefs will end. And then, yeah, we are watching that space very closely, because somebody said in our group, if he wins the league, I mean, these two coaches, they win the league, let them continue. If they don't win the league, I don't know whether that is possible, but we'll also look at the league and see whether it's possible for them to win the league. Let's look at the league. And then here is the league. Mamelodi Sundowns are still on top with 56 points, followed by Orlando Pirates, is 55 points, and then Kaizer Chiefs with 45. So the gap between Chiefs and Pirates is about 10 points, and they have one game on hand, which is Kaizer Chiefs. So if they win that one game, and then the gap will go lower, it will be 7 points. So there is that belief that they may win the league, and then we don't know. It's gonna be a humdinger, but if you look at this league, anyone can win it now. Anyone can win it. although Mamelodi Sundowns has a very good momentum, especially if they win today, and then they go to the next round, that will motivate the players to go all the way and ensure that they take everything. Now let's look at the games, the previous game that Kaizer Chiefs have won. They've won about, 5 games. All right, as you can see there, they won against Richards Bay 1-0, and then this other team, is it Suwelele? No, it's Magesi. They won 2-0, and then against Obet College they won 3-1, and then against TS Galaxy they won 2-0, and then against what team is this, by the way? Let's see. Magesi they won 4-1, and then against TS Galaxy they won 2-0. So these are the previous games. So it's a decision that should be made, whether should they continue or should we Kaizer Chiefs select another coach. And then we know that their game with Orlando Pirates, the tickets already, they're on sale. I don't know whether they are sold out by now, because I got this yesterday that they are on sale. But these games, they sell out very, very fast. So now it's a question that I would love to hear from you. What's your take? Do you think Kaizer Chiefs should continue with the coaches that they have, or should they decide to say, no, let's appoint a new coach so that he takes us to another level? We want to see, and we wish the best team to win the league, whether it's Chiefs or Pirates or Mamelodi Sundowns. Let the best team win. Now, remember, I always tell you that I always emphasize that people should read, because the more you read, the more you become competent in terms of understanding how other things have been done in life. And reading is power. Whether it's football, the coaches, they read statistics, they read so many things, and it's not only the coaches who read statistics, and even we as fans, we want to know what's happening. So that's very important. But in life in general, reading is power. We need to read as much as we can. Now, in the meantime, let me share some of the books that we have, which you can, lend your hands on. Now, the first one is this one that I wrote, which is called Secrets for Becoming Rich. This book has first and second edition, and then this is the second edition of the book. And then getting this second edition of the book, it will enable you to be able to understand how money is being retained, how money is being, increased. How does one increase income, and how does one retain it? Because retaining money is so difficult. It's called Secrets for Becoming Rich. Here's another one. It's called How to Get Out of Bad Debts and Use Other People's Money and Resources to Get Rich. And you can also get it from us. Just drop us a WhatsApp, and then we'll be able to share with you. The other one is this one by Nom Summers Buga, Entrepreneur, Awaken with a Drive. That's Nom Summers Buga, and then you can get the copy for yourself. So it's something that anyone can do it. All of us can do it. Here's another one before I move to the next subject. Is the book by Luther Libelo. It's called Consciousness of Being God. So yeah, if you want to learn more as far as this is concerned, and then just read. I spoke to him 2 days ago. He was in Namibia. This guy has traveled in terms of work experience. He has worked for SARS. Now he's running his consultancy, helping companies to position themselves strategically and all that. So yeah, you can tap from his experience. Now, those are some of the books that we have, and then I'll share others as we proceed. Now, remember, today we are having the CAF Champions League, the big one today. Mamelodi Sundowns, they are playing Esperanza today, and then we are looking forward to that game, and then we want to know what's going to happen. And then, yeah, let's hope Mamelodi Sundowns will do well. And then, yeah, and then so we need to watch the space very closely and see how are we going to do as Mamelodi Sundowns, because Mamelodi Sundowns, they are representing us there. So we are wishing them good luck. And the good news is the game, it is said, it's a sold out affair already. So those are brilliant news. And then being a sold out affair, and I'm sure Mamelodi Sundowns players will be really, really motivated, because you need your fans, as the 12th player, you know, uh, to there to back you up and then to motivate you. And then we are looking forward to this game. And then we are crossing fingers that Mamelodi Sundowns can do well and proceed to the final. In fact, not only to the final, we want to see them going all the way and ensuring that they win this tournament. That would be very, very nice to see them winning this tournament. Those are some of the news that we are looking forward to. And then there are also other teams in the CAF Champions League. Mamelodi Sundowns are playing ES Tunisia today, Esperanza, and then Renaissance Bekane, they are also playing FAR Rabat today. So these are the semi-finals games. So we'll be having the finals out of these two games. So we are looking forward. What's your take? Do you think Mamelodi Sundowns will win this game, or do you think this will be the last game whereby Mamelodi Sundowns is participating? I'm showing this one again to continue to encourage you to say, please join this group on Facebook. It's called TBR Solution Sports Forum 2, all right, which is administered by Tabiso Slimatsela and Tabo Ramohapi and myself. The three of us are the administrators of this group. So if you want to participate, and then please join us and we debate as far as this kind of games are concerned. Now, do you think Mamelodi Sundowns will win? What is your prediction? What do you think? I think they'll win maybe by 1-0. Remember, they have one goal advantage now. That is going to give them an advantage, because I see Esperanza attacking them because they know very well, Esperanza, that 1-0, it's a goal away, and now they are playing with their foot on the back, so they will want to catch up. So they will be attacking from the first whistle, and I hope Mamelodi Sundowns is not going to let the goal come in during the first minutes. We need to make sure, be calm. We don't have to panic too much, but we need to concentrate and make sure that we go on and do well. Unlike we find ourselves now panicking and not knowing whether we are going or not going. So that's very important. So very, very important that we win today. We are looking forward to that game. And now I'm going to go to the Messi special. And there's quite a lot that we can do about the Messi special. But I've deliberately decided to take few topics that I think are very impactful. Remember, they're playing a game this early hours today, enter Miami. And remember, people are just on the issue of Mascherano. Why did Mascherano leave? As I said, football is tough, man. The pressure is so much in football. It's unlike before. Nowadays, it is really tough. So I've already indicated that Real Madrid, Pires is thinking of releasing players. Not only releasing players, we don't know whether Abeloa will continue. He's already starting to scout coaches, but we are told that Pires says the untouchable is Mbappe, okay? But the fact of the matter, Mbappe is playing a very good football. But I don't know whether his influence to the team is a problem because look, Mbappe was with PSG. They struggled to win the Champions League. He left PSG, they started winning the Champions League. He's with Real Madrid, they are starting to struggle. Him as an individual is playing so well. And there are some people who are arguing that no, he's an individual player. Individualistically, he's doing well, just like Ronaldo, okay? And then maybe it is because he used to idolize Ronaldo. I don't know. It's very individualistic in approach. So maybe that could be the problem. So I think that Hansi Flick, who, no, I think it's Laporta. Laporta was against Barcelona going for Mbappe because he was worried about the influence that he may have in the dressing room. And we also hear that Jurgen Klopp is also not keen because he's worried about Mbappe's influence in the dressing room together with Vinicius Jr. You know, Vinicius is is a player who's very, he's got a high temperament. So yeah, we don't know. We'll watch that space very closely. Now, as I said, now we are talking the Messi special. Now, Messi is busy now building what you call the empire, the soccer empire. That's what Messi is doing. So he's busy now building the soccer empire, and then as we speak now, Messi's got influence or he's got ownership, uh, you know, to six top teams. This is according to one magazine, which is a British magazine. Um, these are the teams. We know that he's got a stake in Inter Miami, and then he also owns this team, Deportivo LSM, which is the team that they own together with Luis Suarez. And this team is in Uruguay. And then here is another one that he has just bought, Cornella, which is the team in Spain. I'll talk a little bit more about that one. And then he also has some stake at FC Andorra. And then these are the teams that Messi has ownership. And Leones Rosario is the team from Argentina. And then I think there's another team where they're together with Kuno Aguero. Now he's got a team with Luis Suarez, another one with Kuno Aguero, and then this one, UE Conella, a Spanish team. He's 100% owner of that team. And then now we know that he has just, everything has just swelled to another level for that team. They had a following of, I'll show you now, of about 37,000. It just went, it skyrocketed. So it's got 100%. And this team, I'll give you more information. As I said, there's a Messi effect. This team had only 39,000 followers in 24 hours after the news broke that Messi has bought the team. The followers increased from 39,000 to 313,000. That's a Messi effect, And this is a brand that I'm talking about. This is a brand that if I was sitting and advising Rele Mufoke, I was saying focus on building the brand more than any other thing. Not today, but the future. The future is looking good for the young man. So I would advise him to do that. And then, because as I show you that, the numbers have increased. Now, another thing that I want to mention, when you talk about strikers, Messi is there to compete with you, Ronaldo, Benzema, all the top strikers, that's Messi. And then when you talk about midfielders, your Ozil, all those midfielders that Xavi, Iniesta. Messi's there competing with them. And this man is a genius. He's a genius. Let me show you more about this team that he has bought. Yeah, I said he has bought 100% of this team. And I'm told, according to the reports, this team is 9 kilometers away from Barcelona. Barcelona. So, in other words, Messi will continue to, we know that he loves Barcelona. So he will continue to have his eye on Barcelona. So we don't know what is the game plan here for him to buy a team not far from Barcelona. And then, you know, David Beckham once said, I tried to speak to Messi. I wanted him to stay at Inter Miami, but you can see that the man loves his team. He loves Barcelona, and then so yeah, so those are some of the issues that really makes you think. Now, this team they say is 9 kilometers away from FC Barcelona team. Uh, Clubhouse or stadium or so on. Remember, he loves to stay at Camp, not far from Camp Nou. That he has already said it. And then now he has bought a team in Argentina, all right, to give back to the people of Argentina. Now he has bought a team in Spain, not far from FC Barcelona, maybe to give back to the people of Catalonia, because they form the larger part of what he is. All right, as much as he agrees that he's an Argentinian, but maybe it was strategical to buy this team to give back to those people. And then again, the other thing is, Lionel Messi has made it a point that as he do what he does, and he takes his friends along. He doesn't leave his friends behind. His friends are always there. Now he's got a team with Luis Suarez. We know that him and Luis Suarez are very big friends. And then he also has a team with it's Luis Suarez and Aguero. So that tells you that no. In other words, this man is he knows what he wants to do, and that loyalty part of it, in terms of him to be loyal, we continue to see all the time. To say he's loyal, that is why I'm saying. Look at that symbolism that he bought a team that is 9 kilometers away from the Camp Nou or FC Barcelona's what you call FC Barcelona's home ground. So that also has its own meaning. It shows that he really, really loves Barcelona. Okay, I don't know whether it's a message to the leadership of Barcelona. I know that Laporta has always been his wish that he wants, to amend the relationship between himself and Messi. And we hear, remember, I'm qualifying this. This is not what we hear from the Madrid or Barcelona camp or Messi camp. These are rumors that we get from social media and other pundits. And we hear that Messi is not prepared to be part of anything that has to do with Barcelona as long as Laporta is there. We'll see. We'll watch the space very closely. Now, let me also go back to the books and share with you. And then I'm going to share this one by Robert Marawa. I read this book. It's a very brilliant book. If you really want to know more about what happened in Robert Marawa's life in terms of football, get the book, Grimshelele, a very nice story to read. So you can just buy yourself a copy. And then there is another one by Dr. Darlene Small. The book is called How to Win the Wealth Game, The Art of Money. This is a book that you can also buy. This lady worked for Reserve Bank for the past 3 years, okay? I mean, for the past 33 years, and he was the advisor to the governors of the Reserve Bank, the last one being the late Tito Mboweni. So, yeah, so it's a very nice read. One can get a copy for himself. Here's another one written by Andy Lemkitama, The Gupta's Family versus the Stellenbosch Mafia. And if you want to know what's happening there, if you want to learn more about that kind of environment, what happened there. This is a book for you. Just learn that book. And then here's another book that I wrote, which is called How I Turned 500 Rand into a Million Rand Business. And then you can do the same. If you want to do it, you can do the same. So those are some of the books that you can buy from us. All right. And then remember, I said to you today, we have a big one this afternoon. Mamelodi Sundowns, they are playing Esperance. And then this is a CAF Champions League semi-final. If they win here, they go to the final. We are rooting for Minoana Pezu. Now let's look at the previous 3 games that Mamelodi Sundowns played. Mamelodi Sundowns, they won 3-0 against Stadio. Let's see. Stadio Malen, Stade Malen. That was on the 13th of March. And then the 22nd of March, Mamelodi Sundowns lost to Stade Malen. They lost 2-0. But Mamelodi Sundowns continued or proceeded to the next round because of the goal aggregate. And then last game or last week, when they were playing Esperance of Tunisia, and then Mamelodi Sundowns won 1-0, and it was an away game. So today, it's a crunch time. What do you think? What do you think Mamelodi Sundowns will win by what, or Mamelodi Sundowns will win this game? I just want to hear your opinion there. What's your take? Do you think Mamelodi Sundowns will go all the way and win this tournament? Right. So thank you so much to all those people who are subscribing and commenting. And let me remind you, we have a Facebook page that is called TBR Solutions Sports Forum 2. If you can join in on Facebook and then comment, and then let's debate some topics in that page. Let's talk. It's all about talking there. And then also, I also want to indicate those people who are members of GPF, who are 55 years and above, and then thinking of either resigning or they are going on pension, but they want to save on penalties, all right? And also on taxation. So don't hesitate to contact us, not only on taxation and penalties, and you also want to have a financial advisor who will be there to guide you through and through at all times. Unlike you're all by yourself, and then you make tough decision. Financial decisions are very, very tough. So yeah, if you really, really want to be assisted, just drop us a WhatsApp and say, please, can you contact me? And then you'll see our WhatsApp number at the end of the show, which is 067-915-1447. So just drop us a WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. Now, please subscribe and like. Let's comment. Let's start. Do you think Kaizer Chiefs should continue with the 2 coaches, or should they appoint a new coach? Now, you need to think about the pros and cons. Now, Kaizer Chiefs, they are having their momentum. They're playing again today against Polokwane City. They're having their momentum. So do you want to disturb that momentum? Because a new coach, it will require him to adjust. Or you feel that, no, this guy is co-coaching, and then co-coaching, we know how difficult it is. Maybe we need somebody to take responsibility, one coach. So maybe they need to appoint a coach. If you want them to appoint a coach, who do you have in mind? Who do you have in mind? Could be the coach for Kaizer Chiefs. And then those are some of the topics that I want us to discuss. And then I really appreciate for all the support that you give us. And I thank you so much. And then at the end of the show, you'll see there's a book by Chomani. I think they're busy now printing the book. It will be released very soon. So you can also lay your hand on that book. I thank you. Hello, everyone. We are back. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from TBR, which simply means the Big R Solutions. Here I'm representing the company called the Big R Financial Service Provider, Financial Services, which is an authorized and registered service provider. Our license number is FSP 47430. I'm talking to all government employees age 55 and above who are already thinking of exiting the system. They either want to go on pension or they want to resign. Two things that comes to mind. How do I save? How do I save on penalties? How do I ensure that the tax is not so huge? What can I do to make sure that I achieve those goals? Now, if you want to know how to achieve those goals, come to us, drop us a WhatsApp, we'll call you. The WhatsApp number is very simple. It's 067 915 1447. 067 915 1447. Drop us a WhatsApp. Don't call, but drop us a WhatsApp. And then we are working together with Allen Gray on this product, on this project. So Allen Gray is our product supplier. So we assist people using that product supply. So it's up to you to give us a shout or drop us a WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.
Kgotsong, ke le tsebetsa ka buka ya ka e buang ka tsela yeo ke tsamaileng bophelong ba ka. Le tla utlwa ka mathata ao ke bileng le ona le katleho yeo ke e fihletseng. Hape le hore radio e nkahile jwang hore ke fetole bophelo ba ka. Takatso ya ka ke hore o fumane buka ena ya ka e tla fetola bophelo ba hao. Ya buang ke Dr. Chomani. Take it easy.